All right, traders, what's up? This is Mike with the watch list video for Wednesday, August 14th. Impressive rebound in the SPY. I mean, look at this. After this monster gap down, I mean, it just keeps climbing and climbing. It's very impressive. Some hat tips. The first one actually goes to me. I called UPST today over 35.50. I'll show you 5-minute candles for those that weren't in chat. Let's try that again. Let's go 1 day. Let's get pre-market off of there. You think I would prepare better for these? There's the opening 5-minute candle, and this is just simply, I mean, it's nothing tricky. It topped right around a half number, 35.50, right? Sold off, and it's a recent high flyer. It's literally as simple as that. I called it long over the mic, over 35.50, and it went to 38.08 without ever looking back at our entry. We love that. What else? SPRY. I mentioned over, just put in an early high, excuse me, at 12.24. So I just, as this was coming up here over the mic, I said I like this over 12.25, which triggered right there and ended up going to 13.10. And CXAI, after it was sideways for a long time and then started rallying, and after it started to really feel like bulls were in charge up here, I put in a fives buy zone pullback idea. I did say whole number flush, which would have been below 3. The reason I'm still talking about it is because we often say if you've got a buy zone entry, and that's between the 8 and the 20, right? And you've got a whole number in there. I love the whole number flush idea, right? So I had a bid below 3, but we always talk about this. I also like to split my bid and also bid above the whole number if it's still in that buy zone. So I bid 304 and I can't remember, 291. 304 got filled, 291 did not. So from 304 it went to 376. Still a neat trade. I'm not the only one. I asked in chat and other people also split their bids. So that's just a good example of looking at the buy zone and not necessarily thinking, oh, it has to flush that whole number. If it does, I'm sitting there, right? But I'll also bid in front of the whole number. That's been pretty successful. And let me go into the watch list for what we're watching for tomorrow. Let's go to the daily here. BuzzFeed, believe it or not, I'm going to put on watch. Had a nice day and a strong close. That's BZFD. SPRY, with it going out at the highs like that, putting that on watch too. TGTX had the bounce yesterday and then an inside day today. They had earnings here, so I think this one, and you do have 1, 2 potential catalysts above on the chart. ELWS, big pop today, could have a follow-through day tomorrow. Chipotle, this one hurt my feelings again. I was bidding right below 48, and it went down to 48 exactly, and then gave a beautiful reversal. The only news on this was that their CEO left to go to Starbucks, which you'll see that chart here in a little bit. But I still think this may be kind of a double bottom. It may be up from here. As I said in chat today, nobody's going to not buy a burrito bowl because they changed CEOs. I understand the concept of, hey, that was a great CEO or whatever, right? But Chipotle is Chipotle. Unless it falls apart, and you'd have to assume they're going to hire somebody else worthy of the job. So anyway, CMG goes on watch. SIGA goes on watch just because we're hearing a lot of monkeypox news lately, and every time you get a headline, this one pops and is kind of consolidating right below this 950 area. So we'll kind of watch for those headlines, but it goes on watch. Starbucks, they're the recipient of the Chipotle CEO, and you can see what it did on that. So this guy must be good, right? Anyway, possible follow-through day there tomorrow. FTNT kind of flagging below that 72 area. IOVA, there's no setup here. I mean, it's green 3 days in a row after earnings, right? But it feels like it's finally getting found, so I am going to put it on watch. I'm a day trader. LWAY, nice breakout today. Maybe gives a trade tomorrow. ACB, kind of flagging after earnings, right? And pot stocks are sort of getting back in favor. with the political environment right now. A lot of headlines about that, so keep that in mind. PSIG, big rip yesterday, inside day today, possible third day play. LUMN, nice bounce off the 8 days, what we were looking for. Goes back on watch, see if it continues that tomorrow. Akamai, AKAM, I love this, right? Big pop, inside day. I would call this an inside day, but actually it briefly took out yesterday's low today, but then had a strong recovery. So the daily looks very bullish to me. HNST, I'll just put the horizontal line there. It looks interesting over that area, right? So let's keep that on watch. VSAT, now normally a bounce play is something that, was strong and then pulled back for a couple days. This one's a little bit different. It's on watch because it had earnings and then just got absolutely decimated. So to me, it's just overdue for a snapback bounce. But I'm not in love with it, but I'm certainly going to watch it. And SERV had earnings after hours. As I'm talking to you, it's trading at 11.65. All right. So I'll see everybody in the pre-market. Let's work together and add some gappers to this list. And that's it for me. I'll see you tomorrow.